Fifth graders, today we are going to start out with some practice boxes for 1-point perspective. So using your ruler and your paper is horizontal or a landscape on your table, we are going to draw a line that is horizontal about in the middle of the paper. So if you want to measure, you can do that. I think when you measure this way, your line is going to be at about 4.5 inches in the middle. So about in the middle, and then in the center of that dot, I'm going to make a point. That is going to be our vanishing point. So that is our horizon line and our vanishing point. Once you have the horizon line and vanishing point, I want you to start by making a square or a box right on that horizon line. So we're talking about this line as our eye level, and I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to make a box that goes right through that horizon line. So some kids prefer to measure. If you're going to measure this and get it to be perfect, you can have it to be about 2 inches by 2 inches. So if I put my ruler right here, that box is about 2 inches long, 2 inches high. I'm giving a little time and we'll probably pause this video. So once we have this box drawn on a horizon line, that line's going right through it, we're going to connect it so that we can see a second side of it. So at this point, we might be touring the room, checking out things that are right at our eye level. On our eye level, we see the front and we see the side of an object. So I'm going to connect the two corners that are closest to that vanishing point. So I'm lining my ruler up with the corner here, and I'm lining my ruler up with the vanishing point, and I'm going to draw an angled line to the vanishing point. And I'm going to do the same thing at the top, from the corner to the vanishing point. So my lines are not going through the box. I'm not using these two corners. I'm using the two that are closest. Now, to end this box, we need to make a parallel line on this side that's by the vanishing point. So I'm going to line my ruler up with the side of my box, and I'm going to slide my ruler, keeping it parallel, straight up and down. I'm not tilting it or turning it. And I'm going to slide it towards the vanishing point, and I'm going to make a line. So this line I just made and the one on the side of the box are parallel. So if I were to shade this in, and you can shade as well, I'm going to have a side to my box, and then I'm going to have the front. So what I'm doing when I'm shading is I'm trying to make these two different values. I've got a really light value and I've got a darker value to show that this is two-dimensional or has two sides. If you want, you can erase the guidelines that are headed to the vanishing point. Those are just there to help us draw it correctly. We don't need them for our finished box. So I have a 1-point perspective box drawn at my eye level, right on that line. Next, we're going to draw a line or a box that's above our eye level, so something that we'd have to look up to see. So I'm going to move it over to the other side of the paper, and I'm going to make sure that it does not come close to the horizon line. It's also to the side of the vanishing point. So I didn't draw it right above it, I slid it over. So again, about 2 inches by 2 inches if you're measuring. Otherwise, just use your ruler and try to get some straight lines on those sides. As we look around the room and we find things that are above our eye level, we're noticing that we see more sides. We see the front, we see the side, and we can even see the bottom. So if you think about walking under a skywalk, like at the Monroe Clinic, when you can walk or drive under that little walkway that connects the new hospital and the old hospital, you can actually see the bottom and the side and the front. I am going to connect corners of this box to the vanishing point.